Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Osman. In this week's episode, we get details on the latest airport passenger numbers. The 2018 half marathon medals are revealed, and we tour the magic of lights. Later on in the program, Joanne Magley sits down with Casey Looper, site manager at DeBerry Hall Historic Site. Those segments and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. I hope you stay tuned. After a decline in numbers for the month of September due to Hurricane Irma, passenger traffic at Daytona Beach International Airport rebounded in October. Passenger traffic at Daytona Beach International Airport increased 14.4% for October in comparison with the same month last year. During the month, 58,707 passengers flew in or out of the county-operated airport compared to 51,303 passengers last October. For the 12 months ending October 31st, total passenger traffic at DAB increased 4%, with 719,135 passengers this year compared to 691,362 passengers traveling through the facility last year.
Which is really great to see, considering we didn't have any new airlines this year, like with the start of JetBlue last year. But there's been capacity increases with both Delta and American, and load factors have increased for JetBlue. So that's really what has caused the increases this year. And it's actually very, very positive because we had so many canceled flights this year because of the hurricane being shut down for almost 4 days. And then also too in the springtime, we had a major weather event in Atlanta that created a lot of cancellations. So, you know, all those factors combined, I would say we're doing pretty well this year.
The airport is expected to see relatively flat traffic for the remainder of 2017. However, the numbers are expected to increase in the spring of 2018, with Delta adding an additional daily flight.
Looking back at last spring in 2017, looking into 2018, they see we had a good 2017. Okay, maybe we can add some capacity in this area, and really for the region too. The region is really driving capacity across the board.
And while traveling through Daytona Beach International Airport this month, make sure to snap a selfie with Buddy the Elf. Like DAB's Facebook page and upload your photo with Buddy for a chance to win free parking at the airport for 2018 and a $100 Visa gift card. It's all about the bling, and for runners in the 2018 Daytona Beach Half Marathon, there will be plenty of sparkle to show off. Volusia County Government and Daytona International Speedway have partnered again to bring the Daytona Beach Half Marathon to Daytona Beach in 2018 and have unveiled this year's medals. As in past years, all finishers earn a medal to sport in recognition of their hard work. The 2018 Half Marathon medal emphasizes the theme of the race, featuring a bright red race car set in front of a backdrop of glittering ocean waves and the iconic black and white checkered flag of NASCAR. The Lap the Track medal features the bright sparkling logo of the event, complete with running sneakers, a cresting wave, and race cars. Looking for even more perks? Register to take on the Speedway Challenge. Returning for 2018 after a successful inaugural year, the Speedway Challenge encompasses both the half marathon and 5K in one day. Competitors will run the half marathon and complete the 13.1 miles in time to participate in the 5K beginning 3 hours after the start of the half. Along with bragging rights, Speedway Challenge participants will receive a unique third finisher medal mirroring the shape of the Daytona International Speedway track, complete with a dangling 2018 breaking wave. In addition to one-of-a-kind medals, the Daytona Beach Half Marathon course is like no other. Not only do runners begin and end inside the famed racetrack, taking the checkers at the most recognizable finish line in sports, but the course also takes participants to the hard-packed sands of the beach where racing got its start. County Manager Jim Deneen, a longtime runner, believes the 2018 event offers an unparalleled experience for runners of all levels.
So first of all, whoever wanted to run the half marathon can do that. So that can be the mother, the father. They could have run it as a relay team. That's another thing, gives you another option. But here's the other thing. Whoever finishes, maybe there's another person that wants to run the 5K. Say they have kids. Depends on the age of those kids and if the kids are into running. They can run with them. They can run with one parent. They can run all as a group. They can try to challenge each other. The nice thing is, the way it's set up is that you get that chance to spend time as a family. You get that chance to have people come back from the half marathon and still be able to run the 5K. And the kids are right in the mix of it. The nice thing is also on that 5K, almost all of it's inside the speedway, so there's no chance of kids getting lost or you're not knowing where they're at. Everybody gets to, the thrill of that adventure, and then you all get to celebrate together at the end, regardless of what medal or medals you have. Yeah. We're the place to run. That's the beauty when it comes to February. You want to pick out a place to run, this is the place to run. Where else are you going to get that? And then when you're all done, you can get that at the beach if you want, or the Marine Science Center. You can go there the day before. That's another family adventure. All this is before, during, and after. It's all about everybody in the family has something that they'll be interested in.
Regular registration runs through January 31st with pricing for the half marathon at $85, $75 for the half marathon relay, $35 for the 3.1 mile lap the track, and $145 for the Speedway Challenge. If you'd like to be part of the event but aren't a runner, volunteer opportunities are available. For more information on the Daytona Beach Half Marathon or to register, you can visit DaytonaBeachHalf.com.
Get ready to start your engines for the Daytona Beach Half Marathon. Experience the race that takes you to the Speedway Beach and back. Start at the World Center of Racing's flat asphalt track, through beautiful Daytona Beach, over the Halifax River, onto the hard-packed sands of the world's most famous beach, then back to Daytona International Speedway for a checkered flag finish. Register online at DaytonaBeachHalf.com.
This week on Solutions for Your Life, UFIFAS Extension Director Dennis Mudge has details on a common natural occurrence: sinkholes.
Welcome to Solutions for Your Life. I'm Dennis Mudge. You know, Irma, the hurricane that happened recently, probably makes you think a little bit about sinkholes. You know, at our office we get a lot of calls on sinkholes regularly. People very concerned, do I have a sinkhole in my yard? Well, you're looking at here an old sinkhole, so old that it's got trees growing in it. But this is what a sinkhole can look like when it's large. Sinkholes happen in a lot of different ways, and sometimes they can happen in your yard. But you know what? 99% of the calls I get are not sinkholes. They're actually caused by other things. So let's think a little bit about these other types of things that could be causing you to think you have a sinkhole in your yard. The types of things that you would have is erosion in your property. Maybe it's coming from your gutters. Maybe you don't have gutters or they're improperly put up. But that erosion can look like a sinkhole and not be one. It can even crack your blocks of your house and not be a sinkhole. We also have problems where the water comes in from your public utilities. If it leaks at all, it creates a hole that looks like a sinkhole, and it's not. Maybe where the water comes out from your septic to your septic tank, and there's a crack there, or to the public septic system. Still, if there's a leak at all, it looks like a sinkhole. I visit these places and often see homes like yours where you have a small hole and it's not a sinkhole. So first thing to think is, if you think you have one, you probably do not. Don't be alarmed, but have it checked out. And then what we can do is find out if you've got a sinkhole. And then if you really have one, then you get a hold of your insurance company. You start to work towards filling the real sinkhole. But please believe me, most holes in your yard are not a sinkhole. So let's talk for a moment about real sinkholes. A real sinkhole that happens might be a lake that disappears. It actually goes down into the ground and you've got a sinkhole. Or if you're talking about an ancient sinkhole or a hole that's older like this one, you might find water in the bottom because it's all done sinking and now there are trees growing in it. And it can still be what was once an active sinkhole. Sinkholes don't always sink forever. We're not going to the core of the earth. We're not looking at quicksand. This is simply a typical sinkhole that you might see. So if you still think you might have a sinkhole, give us a call. With Solutions for Your Life, Dennis Mudge with the Extension Service for Volusia County.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
During this year's holiday season, the World Center of Racing, the largest lighted sports facility in North America, will transform into a holiday spectacle with the Magic of Lights drive-through holiday lights experience at Daytona International Speedway.
Great opportunity for us to really showcase the brand new Daytona International Speedway in a different way. You know, we're used to seeing cars on the racetrack and all the things that happen inside the stadium, but really this is a great opportunity for families to come out and celebrate the holidays with a new tradition of seeing lights really behind the stadium and underneath the stadium. All the displays from start to finish really will bring you back to your childhood if you're an adult and really get you into that holiday spirit. You go up Old Campbell Hill, the lighting that comes out of the ceiling is fantastic. We want to make sure that we're recognizing the things unique to the state of Florida. There's a space shuttle inside, obviously race cars and motorcycles. You know, Daytona International Speedway is known for automobile racing, but also the motorcycles that race here twice a year. And then certainly when you come out onto the front stretch, into the midway area, you go through the tunnel of lights. Really great way to end the Magic of Lights. You know, we got so many light displays that really celebrate the holidays, really utilizes our incredible facility in a unique way. We always like to think of all the events that we do out here as special, and certainly this is a new special event and great opportunity to bring kids out, get them excited about the things that we've done, all the improvements that we've made to the facility to really enhance the holiday season here in the greater Daytona area.
Tickets for the Magic of Lights will be $25 per car at the gate, $20 per car in advance. For oversized vehicles such as limousines or 15-passenger vans, tickets will be $50 per vehicle at the gate and $40 per vehicle in advance. A portion of the proceeds from the Magic of Lights at Daytona International Speedway will benefit the Florida Hospital Foundation. The county has some not-so-secret hotspots for anglers to land that trophy fish. Shelley Safranek has details on this week's Here and Now.
Volusia County is home to a coastline offering up to 47 miles of sun, surf, and sand. Fishing in Volusia County is great, and a lot of folks may not know we have ocean piers that make it possible to fish in the Atlantic Ocean without having a boat. And according to experts, you're likely to reel in a good catch at an ocean pier, as numerous kinds of fish congregate around the structure it creates along the seabed.
We're here now on the jetty deck at Lighthouse Point Park. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon, and there's folks fishing out here on the jetty deck and on the jetty itself, and you can catch all manner of great eating species out here. Snook, mangrove snapper, flounder, black drum, sheep's head, all kinds of good fish can be caught out here. Ocean fish right out here on the jetty at Lighthouse Point Park. It's an 800-foot long concrete deck. It's handicapped accessible, so your folks that are your relatives and friends that are handicapped can make it out here on the jetty deck and enjoy the beautiful view and the scenery, the ocean, the inlet, the boating, and catch some good saltwater fish at the same time.
Now, if you're going to fish at the jetty, you'll want to use shrimp, finger mullet, mud minnows, or cut squid or herring. You also can use lures, but Nolan cautions using a net near the rocks to catch live bait.
You can use a cast net. I would caution against using a cast net near the rocks. Remember, the rocks go under the water a great distance, right, 30, 40, 50 feet out. So they're you're very apt to get snagged or hooked on a rock and get a snag, and you won't be able to retrieve your gear. And we'd rather than you break that gear off, we'd like you to get it. So be careful cast netting off the jetty. We would recommend that you cast net back on the beach area where it's sandy on the bottom so you don't lose your net or get it hung on a rock.
The jetty deck at Lighthouse Point Park is about 8 miles south of Daytona Beach shores. There's no fee to visit or fish at the jetty. There is a vehicle access fee, though, if you want to drive your vehicle onto the beach or into the park. The entrance fee at the park is $10 per vehicle. So we're here in New Smyrna Beach at Smyrna Dunes Park, a place you can bring your whole family, including your pet, and spend an afternoon of fishing. Another great place to fish in Volusia County.
It's a 350-foot long, 10-foot wide fishing pier in about 18 feet of water on the dog-friendly shoreline at Smyrna Dunes Park. It's a beautiful place, as you can see. Great place to view the boats, the Disappearing Islands area, and the inlet, and do some saltwater fishing without a boat. On this pier, you catch all kinds of unique species. Like we just talked about Lighthouse Point Park, catching redfish and snook and flounder. On this pier, you can catch whiting, small sharks, mangrove snapper, bluefish that come through seasonally, and redfish and sea trout as well. So this is a terrific addition to the fishing piers in Volusia County.
The Smyrna Dunes Fishing Pier is on the south side of Ponce de Leon Inlet, the other side of the inlet from Lighthouse Point Park. There is no cost to fish at the pier. There is a vehicle entrance fee for the park of $10, and as Nolan mentioned, Smyrna Dunes Park is dog-friendly. There are additional ocean piers all along the county's coast, including the Main Street Pier and the Sunglow Pier. These piers offer a great opportunity to enjoy a beautiful scenic fishing experience while also providing access to large pelagic species many cannot catch without a boat. To check out more fishing spots in Volusia County, visit sportsvolusia.org. Under Activities, you'll find a list of fishing spots in Volusia County, including the ocean piers. For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Shelley Safranek.
Let's join Community Information Director Joanne Magley in the studio with Casey Looper, Site Manager at DeBerry Hall.
Thanks, Amber. Well, DeBerry Hall in southwest Volusia County is a history showcase of what life was like in the steamboat days of the St. Johns River. So with us today in the studio for an update on DeBerry Hall is Casey Looper, the site manager. Hi, Casey.
Hi.
Thanks for being here today. So let's start with some background. DeBerry Hall is named after Frederick DeBerry. Who was Frederick DeBerry, and what is DeBerry Hall?
Well, Frederick DeBerry was a champagne importer, and he was from a fairly wealthy family in Europe, but was the 9th of, I believe, 13.
Wow.
So he had to make his own fortunes, and that brought him to America as an importer. He was a very avid hunter, and he found some wonderful hunting land down in Florida. And thanks to some of his connections, was able to purchase the land and actually created DeBerry Hall as a hunting lodge for him and his friends.
Yeah, we call it a mansion because it is pretty impressive, but it was not necessarily a mansion in his eyes. So talk about about the makeup of DeBerry Hall. It's a facility that's run by Volusia County, but it's not owned by Volusia County. So how does that work?
Correct. We are state-owned inside the white picket fence that surrounds the hall itself. Outside of that picket fence, we're a county park, owned, operated by the county. Inside, we're owned by the state and leased to the county.
Okay, so let's get back a little bit to the history. So Frederick DeBerry purchased land, he built this hunting lodge. Tell us about the mansion or the home or the lodge, whatever you want to call it. What can people find when they visit this site?
Oh, DeBerry Hall is a wonderful opportunity to step back in time. We cater to all types of guests. We have children's programming, adult programming. We have quite a few visitors that are snowbirds and show up this time of year. And so what we try to do is sort of give them a taste of life in the 1890s. The hall itself, when it was originally built, had 11 bedrooms. They then expanded it because they found that just wasn't big enough. And so today what we have is, they actually changed some bedrooms around. It's downstairs contains a large dining room, music room, library, a second dining room, and then 2 kitchens, a front kitchen and a back kitchen. And then upstairs you have 6 bedrooms and a servant's quarters.
And all of the furnishings inside are pretty true to the time era of the home.
Absolutely. The home itself has a very diverse history, which we talk about when folks come to visit us. But as a result, we don't have as much of the original furniture as we'd like, but we've done a really good job of trying to get time period correct.
So Frederick DeBerry was pretty well ahead of his time as far as amenities of this home. So tell us about some of the fun things that he had there that really were not heard of at that time.
Absolutely. He loved technology, even for the 1890s. And he had a carbide gas system to light the hall long before anything electrical would have been in the area. He had a gravity-fed sink where water was actually pumped up into the ceiling, and so then he had running water on the second floor. He had one of the first swimming pools. He had a lightning deterrent system, and he had a pretty impressive large dumbwaiter that he actually had spring-loaded so it would stay on the second floor and be easier to lift things.
Okay. And he also had an indoor outhouse.
Yes, he did. He absolutely did. And what we're told that he did was he actually packed the outhouse with lye, and then a servant would unpack it and change it out. So there really would have been very little smell associated with that.
All right, so tell us what people can expect. They come to DeBerry Hall, and you have a movie that they can watch to give them some background. And then what other programs do you have within the grounds to explain to people what life was like back in the day?
Sure. Well, what folks do is if they arrive and want a tour, we start out with a 15-minute simulated steamboat ride. They're now a guest of Frederick DeBerry on their way down to Lake Monroe. From there, they can tour the mansion with us. We have docents who are very, very knowledgeable about our history that can take them through. We also have other programs as well. We have specialty talks called Lemonade Lectures that are twice a month and a wide variety of topics, completely free to the public. We have a Master Gardener program that meets once a month, specializing in Florida gardening. And of course, we're the base of operations for the Echo Rangers.
All right, so talk to us a little bit about Echo Rangers. DeBerry Hall manages this program, and while you may have some of the programs at DeBerry Hall, it's really something throughout the county that people can take advantage of.
Oh, absolutely. The Echo Rangers is a countywide program that showcases the county's environmental, cultural, heritage, and outdoor sites. And what DeBerry Hall does is we partner with many different organizations in an effort to get the kids out enjoying all of these different amenities. So for $20 for the year, the Echo Ranger and a parent or guardian get into a list of places for free on the dates that we list.
And it's, like you mentioned, it's an opportunity for families to explore all different areas of Volusia County, which have the Echo theme throughout. You celebrate then at the end of the program. You get to celebrate their accomplishments of completing some of the programs that are there, and the kids really get a kick out of participating in that.
Oh, absolutely. At the end of the year, we have a big party out at DeBerry Hall. We usually have a lot of entertainment, trying to tie it somewhat to the Echo Rangers. We've had an archer from Florida Fish and Wildlife teach the kids archery. We've had different organizations come out. We usually have projects. We feed everybody lunch, and we have a little contest for first, second, and third for who's been to the most different places. But everybody who participates gets a certificate, a t-shirt, a grab bag that they can take home. So we have a really good time.
We want to mention that while the program officially kicked off, I think it was in August, it runs through, I think, the spring.
Absolutely. It actually runs until May, kind of coinciding with the school year. And children can still join. A lot of the organizations that we partner with will offer the same program multiple times so that we can accommodate busy schedules. We can accommodate people who are late to the program. Pretty much most of the things offered are still available.
And people can find out more by going to DeBerry Hall or volusia.org and then clicking on the DeBerry Hall link. Before I let you go, I want to mention that you do a great job over the holidays for themed events. You just recently celebrated Halloween with some not so spooky, but some Halloween related activities there. But you then do another big push around the Christmas holiday.
We do. At Christmas, what we do is decorate the entire hall. All the trees are lit. There's decorations. And in the evenings, we actually have some guided tours where people can come in. They enjoy the Christmas lights. We've got Christmas music playing. We usually have hot cocoa and cookies at the end. Just something to try to get everybody into the spirit.
So tell us about the admission for DeBerry Hall, the price.
For the regular tours, it is $5 for adults, $4 for seniors, and $2 for children under 12. And then our specialty programs usually in the evening are $10 per person.
Okay, and so again, if people want more information, they can either go online or how else should people follow whatever you're doing at DeBerry Hall?
They can absolutely go online. They can also give us a call at 668-3840, as well as the Parks and Rec office in DeLand has a pretty good idea of what we got going on.
All right, well, Casey Looper, the site manager for DeBerry Hall Historic Site, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Amber, back to you.
Thanks, Joanne, and thank you too for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here. Or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Osmond, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.